Welcome to the next episode of Hey OG, nice kicks, man. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Jordan 4 retros in my collection, the Black Cats. I was going to add some sound effects to my channel when I kind of talk about the sneakers and announce the sneakers, but then I went back to my original foundation of this channel, and really on this channel we want to keep it raw, uncut, and grimy. Kind of using an Onyx saying, grimy. Want to keep it grimy and uncut. Keep it raw. I don't want to have all the special effects or anything take away from the purpose of this channel, which is to talk about these puppies, these kicks. If you're new to the channel, simple concept. I'm an OG, an old guy who during the pandemic figured, hey, since I'm not wearing my kicks, why not talk about them on a YouTube channel? The brick background represents the inner city. I'm from the inner city, so if you're from the inner city, represent. So without further ado, let's get into these Black Cats. These things are fire. Kick the intro.
The OG stands for old guy. Just an old guy talking that ish about my kicks. Raw and uncut. Keeping it 100 about these kicks I bought. The channel about the kicks and nothing but the kicks. Okay, let's do this.
Like I said during the intro, these puppies are fire. I say in all my episodes that I'm an OG, I'm a Jordan 1 fan. Not a huge fan of all of the other silhouettes. Maybe the 12, maybe the 10. I do like the 13s. The 4s are okay, but when they came out with this shoe, I had to get this one, the Black Cat. I'm thinking I need Jordan to go through for each retro. If they haven't done so already, because again, I'm not a sneaker historian, I don't spend a lot of my time focusing on the history of sneakers, and go back and let's do a Black Cat for all the 1 through 13 retros. But for the 4s, these things are fire. These are not DS. I think I've worn these at least once, maybe twice since purchasing these. It's a very comfortable shoe. It's a very thick, heavy shoe. Not a shoe that I would wear necessarily in the summertime, but this summer I'm going to pull these puppies out on a day that's not so hot because I just want to wear them at least once this summer. This shoe is fire. I was actually able to get this shoe, surprisingly, for retail at one of those stores that I will not name because, like I always say, if you want me to name you have to pay me. Because one day, very soon, I'm a glass half full type person, even though I'm not trying to get subscribers. Because I'm thinking folks are so interested in this dude, this OG talking about his sneakers, that I'm going to have a couple of million subscribers. I don't think so. But it sounded good, right? I'm putting it out in the universe. And if I did have a couple of million subscribers, I probably wouldn't do anything with it anyway, even though there's some monetary value in that. Because on this channel, it's all about the puppies, the kicks. This shoe is the way they designed this shoe. It's a simple design. It's a black shoe. Not much to say. They have the perforated Jordan on the back, 3D Jordan silhouette. The Jordan symbol on the back. I like that. The black. Everything on the shoe is black, and they call them the Black Cats. Nice shoe. Very nice shoe. Very warm shoe. Like I said, it's not something you want to wear on a very hot day. But if it's a cold day, and they are suede, so you don't want to wear them in wet weather unless you put the repellent on them. But nice shoe. And I saw that the price jumped up on these recently for some reason. I wonder how that happens. Why do these shoes the price goes up? I know it's all about the market and what's popular and what's available and what's not available. I understand all of those those financial points. But I just don't understand why a shoe becomes popular because other people wear them, or I think I said in the previous episode, I'm from an era where it wasn't cool to bite. This generation, they are okay with looking alike. There's no uniqueness, even in the music. Listen to the music; it all sounds the same. And I'm real fair when I listen to music. I listen to everything. I'm old school hip hop, of course, because I'm an OG. But everything sounds the same. And how many littles do we have out there? Little this, little that, little this. Why can't we have some big or mediums? There's all these littles out here. Who are these people? And they all sound mumble. What are you saying? I remember back in the day we had KRS-One and Public Enemy and Run DMC and people making social songs, and these guys were educated. I think half of the people out here now barely graduated high school and they're multi-millionaires. Hey, get your paper, get your chips. And then you're probably asking yourself, I thought this channel was all about the kicks. Why is he talking about mumble rap and people looking the same and the sheepish behavior? Because on this channel, I put the sneakers up. And whatever comes to mind, you get it raw, you get it uncut, you get it grimy. Onyx, respect to Onyx, one of my favorite hip hop groups. So this shoe, highly recommend. Keep in mind, suede. So put the suede repellent on it. And this is one of my favorite shoes, I honestly have to say, in my collection. You say, why? It's just a black shoe. But I just like the shoe. I'm just asking if it hasn't happened already. Let's make a Black Cat 1, a Black Cat 2, a Black Cat 3, a Black Cat 5, and so on and so on. I mean, I would prefer it in maybe a black patent leather or just a black leather. I'm not really a fan of suede shoes, but this shoe is fire and I can't wait to wear this again, hopefully very soon. But if we have a hot summer, it won't be until the fall or winter if God allows me to make it to that point in my purpose in life. So now, with all that said, and it's a lot said and not a lot about the shoe, because it's really not a lot I can say about the shoe. It's a black shoe. It's not that complicated. I like the simplicity of the shoe. And with all that said, let's put these puppies on feet so you can see how they look on feet, because that's what the young folks do. So I guess that's me contradicting myself with the sheepish behavior, following along, biting. I guess I'm biting by putting them on feet, but I started doing that in episode 1. I don't know why I started doing it, but so my episodes are consistent, I will continue to do it. So say what you will, this OG doesn't care. So please stand by, 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 please stand by. For the on feet, stand by. Okay, these are the Air Jordan 4 Retro Black Cats on feet. Boy, I want to add a sound effect of a cat growling, but that's not grimy, that's not raw and uncut. And I know earlier I talked about the music, and the reason why that came to mind is I was just listening to the newly released DJ Khaled album that came out yesterday, and he had all these littles on there, and I know he's trying to make money, but what about the art, Khaled? You have the platform, at least if you're going to introduce or have some of these young littles and savages and all of them on your album, why don't you, and Cardi's and who's the other one, Megan Thee Stallion, whoever that is, you should mix them up with the old and the new. I mean, the OG started this game. Let's give them some respect. And I think the young people, if they got a chance to hear some of them, put some Eric Sherman and EPMD on there, put some Run and D on there, put some Chuck D on there, put some Slick Rick on there, throw some Dougie Fresh on there. How about, Lil Kim on there? What about Moni Love? What about all the old school folks out there? I mean, the album is okay. I'm a Khaled fan. I like his, but you have a platform now. I know you're trying to make that paper, that cheddar, and I'm not mad at you. You want to sell to what's out here now, but let's introduce some of these folks to the real folks. Put some KRS-One on there, Put some MC Lyte, some Queen Latifah. Put some Onyx on there. We got some hip hop guys. Put some Nori on there. Put some LL on there. You can mix the old with the new, but your albums are always fire. I'm not knocking them, but I'm old school, so I might listen to your album one time to see what you put out. But if I don't see any OGs represented on the album, you're going to lose me. And I know I'm not your target audience, but with all that said, this is not a music review channel, but I just want you all to know why that music came to mind. And I brought up the issue of the Littles and the mumble rap because and all the music sounding the same. Because on this album, all the songs to me sound almost the same, unless you go to the Jay-Z and Nas album, unless you have an OG on there. So that's, if you have a platform, use the platform to let the young folks experience where all this stuff came from. Put some Melly Mel on there. Goodness gracious. But with all that said, the shoe, I digress. I want to get back to the shoe. I'll get off my soapbox. The black cats are real comfortable. Keep in mind, they are I would say hot shoe if you wear them in hot weather because they're all black and they're kind of thick. They're perfect for the winter time if you want to have some fire kicks on and go out in the cold. You don't want to put boots on as long as it's not snow or rain because they're suede. Even if you have the repellent on, you don't want to mess these puppies up. These puppies are fire. And I still don't know why I keep saying they're fire because it's nothing unique. It's just a simple black shoe. But I like black. Black is a force to be reckoned with. Black is a force to be seen. I know I'm stealing that from somewhere. I know that's from a song. I can't remember the song, but I just know I like that line. So with all that said, thank you for joining me for this episode of Hey OG, Nice Kicks. Peace.